What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, November 7th. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the dog Rune token's recent pump over the past 24 hours because it's up 13%. Now, why is that happening? Well, it's obviously due to Bitcoin's pump as well. Bitcoin has pumped back up to 96,000 US dollars. But that's not the only thing. In this video, I want to share with you what's been going on with Kraken. Kraken Exchange has possibly hinted that a spot listing is in the works. I'm going to share with you what that looks like and how we kind of got up to this point, but also potential other exchanges such as OKX, Bybit, but also we're going to see the metrics in terms of social media presence with DOG compared to the top 15 meme coins across all blockchains. Now, this is shared by Leonidas, who was the creator of the dog Rune token, and why this is enough data for any exchange to use to follow and know that DOG has the strongest community out there. And as always, we look into charting and analysis at the very end of the video to share with you what potentially is going to happen with the dog Rune token in the short to medium term. So with that said, as always, be sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to point out is this. Not only is the market cap 700 million US dollars, but check this out. Did you notice that CoinMarketCap just changed the ticker symbol on their page? This used to be the dog Rune token, but now this is called the dog Bitcoin token. Very interesting that happened. I'm not sure why, but there's someone behind the team that decided to change that. So let's just go ahead and cover how dog is performing against Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin is roughly around 4% in its gain today. That's pretty outstanding. Now, this is why we talk about dog leveraging your Bitcoin within the top meme coin on top of Bitcoin. Now, as you can see, dog's performing much better than Bitcoin. Now, over the past 7 days, it may be a little different though, because we did make a slight dip. We decoupled, but that's where we dollar cost average. When there's blood in the market, when there's blood in the street, we tend to buy it because we are sharks. And then eventually dog will usually retrace back. This is why we say, pay attention to Bitcoin's volatility. As you can see here, when Bitcoin's price pumps, you'll see that dog price will pump harder. And the same thing could be said to the downside. So always keep that in mind. Now let's look at the amount of unique holders. We've actually garnered roughly around close to 100 new unique holders over the past 24 hours. And then in terms of the Rune ecosystem, yesterday were at around 1.5 billion. We're now back at around 1.8 billion, catching up to around the $2 billion market caps. So right now this is looking very healthy. We're back in this bull run already, and you can see that this was just ultimately affected by Bitcoin's retracement back to 91,000. Now, it's a major headline news. We had a major news outlet from Brazil report on dog, saying that's one of their specific top meme coins that they're looking out for. They have 1.1 million subscribers on their YouTube channel. Now, in other news, we have to talk about the metrics regarding social media presence for dog compared to other tokens. So Fuhum, who made a post talking about how dog outperforms Dogecoin in terms of the most engagement on Twitter, he ended up using the radar beta, which is a new feature within X. So Leonidas decided to explore that, and he noticed based on this data that dog has the most presence. Leonidas said, "I just used X's new radar analytics tool to measure the number of posts over the past 7 days, and that mentioned the ticker of the top 15 meme coins." Now further down it says dog not only had the most mentions of any meme coin over the past 7 days, but it has also scored the highest for posts. This data empirically proves that the dog army is the single most active meme coin community on the X platform. The free and fair movement is clearly resonating. People are tired of getting rugged and want decentralized meme coins such as dog. So I wanted to share this specific post with Kraken. Now this is what you need to know. On the left hand side are the current meme coins that are listed on Kraken Exchange for spot trading. Then I compare that to Leonidas's radar posts. Now what you'll notice is that the tokens that Kraken has so far listed, which are the green check marks, so far have the less engagement on crypto Twitter. So you can see that Dogecoin has the least engagement out of all the coins that they've listed. And further up, you'll notice that most of those other coins that they have not listed have more engagement. But dog is the top meme coin and the #1 meme coin that has the most engagement and is still not listed. So you must be wondering, why haven't they listed it? So I think Geo made a really great point. He says, can someone answer me the question why listing peanut, say for instance, before dog, it makes more sense for Kraken exchange. So Leonidas actually had to say something about that. He says they've already integrated the SPL, which is for Solana, and the ERC20 standard token protocol for basically Ethereum. So it's a lot easier to list those memes. They don't accept listing fees either, so these other coins are not paying them anything. Kraken is a friend of Dog, and there is no reason to cause FUD because they list other coins. So that's actually quite interesting. Remember, Kraken Pro was the very first US centralized exchange to list Dog for perpetual trading. I would not be surprised if they were going to be the first to list it for spot trading, because we do know they have SPL integration, ERC20 integration that allows them to list these tokens very easily. So Kraken Pro posted this earlier today. They said man's best friend is Dog. Trader's best friend, stop loss. Geo then followed up with a reply saying man's best friend, spot, Dog. Trader's best friend, listing. Then Kraken Pro replied with an I. Now, this to me is very promising, okay? The reason I say that is because most exchanges never reply at all to something like this. They don't even give you a hint. But I think this is actually intentional. So once Kraken Pro integrates the Runes protocol, especially Taproot, within their specific exchange, their centralized exchange, then that's when the cascading effect happens for all runes. So Dog will be the first token, and then probably Pups or BDC or many other rune tokens are going to follow suit right after. But Dog is going to be the first. And also, we can't forget, OKX is another exchange that already has a rune token for spot trading. Now that's RuneCoin, which I do not support personally for myself. I'm not a big fan of it, but they already support runes for centralized exchange listing for tier 1. OKX already has Dog for perpetual trading. So I think sooner or later, Dog is going to be available for OKX spot trading. They already have RuneCoin, so they already have the infrastructure to do it. So I think it's a race between Kraken and OKX head to head right now, which is very exciting. But other than that, there's also Bybit. So Bybit, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, was just asking people to insert their favorite memes in this orange circle shape. And right now, they ended up retweeting all the specific memes that associated and responded to that engagement. And look at this, Dog. It's actually right in the center of all this. It's right above Bybit. So I think that's very interesting that they chose to put Dog right there. And who knows, maybe Bybit is wanting to pay attention, like I said yesterday, to OKX and Kraken. And in other news, this is also something I want to share. Have you noticed that Dog is actually outperforming Murad's favorite token, SPX 6900? This is the difference, right? You can have one major influencer pushing for a token, saying this is the new meme coin, this is the new culture, this is the new cult. But that's not enough, because it's not changing the game of what free and fair is. As you've noticed, SPX is actually down almost 50%, while Dog Over the Moon is up almost 50%. So this is why we have to say study Dog, why people are flocking over to the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin, because it supports that free and fair meta. People are done with these cult memes, with these one influencer pushing for this specific token meme. It's all about 100% community memes. So don't pay attention to what Murad's pushing, pay attention to what communities are pushing, okay? That's the most important thing. Now, when you look at coin market cap, right, you have to look at how meme coins are performing. I mentioned just SPX 6900, but also look at Chill Guy. So Chill Guy is this new meme coin that's been listed on major exchanges. I'm talking about major exchanges. And this is for spot trading. Yet it's just hovering above SPX 6900. Who knows how many different influencers or insider allocations to team members are in Chill Guy. But this is why I say always pay attention to free and fair meta. Don't pay attention to these quick pump and dump coins that treat retail investors as liquidity. You don't want to be that. People know. People are smart. They're going to Dog Over the Moon. Now I'm going to get to the nitty gritty in terms of charting analysis. Dan from Crypto Capital Ventures follows up on his Dog compared to Doge early stages. And as you can see right now, Dog is kind of following very similar trends as Dogecoin. Now we can't promise that this is going to follow the same trend, but it's kind of quite scary to see this happen, almost very similar to Dogecoin. Now, as you can see, based on what he's saying is that we possibly could hit above a $1 billion market cap by December 5th if it follows Dogecoin. But don't worry, if it doesn't, if say for instance Dog is a lagging effect, I wouldn't be surprised if it lags and decides to pump later. right? Maybe later in December. But right now, everything is kind of painting the picture that dog is going to hit above $1 billion for the very first time in December. Even yesterday, I ended up spotting a cup and handle pattern when you start to zoom out. And what usually happens in a cup and handle pattern, we start to see an explosive bull run rally to the upside right after that the handle is completed. So let's go into the charting and analysis. As I mentioned before, this red trend line was very important. And look at that. It bounced right off of this red trend line, and now we're starting to see a green candle to the upside. Now, the relative strength index is showing that we did see that pullback and less activity within dog, but now it's kind of slightly renewed as this purple line is actually coming back up to this yellow line. Look at the MACD. The MACD is kind of confused right now. It's not sure if we're in a buyer's market or if we're going to head into a seller's market. But to me, I'm following this red trend line right here. And based on what I'm seeing, we possibly could be seeing some consolidation. But right now we're forming this ascending trend, and we could be getting into this tight wedge right here and then break up to the upside. But I would not be surprised if we're going to be bouncing up and down within this range. But right now, this level at around 660 million market cap, that's the support level. The major resistance level is actually 800 million. We need to break above that, because if we break above 800 million, we're possibly going to head straight to $1 billion, right? So that's just my point of view. So as a conclusion and statement, this is just my thoughts and opinions. I think things will change every single day with dog on the moon every single day. So right now, just follow the trend. And I think people just understand on a day-to-day basis that we're learning every day with dog on the moon. Everything starts to change. But to me, at the end of this, I think Kraken right now may be the first exchange to list dog before OKX based on what I'm seeing in the engagement on social media. But OKX could beat them to it because OKX already has that Rune infrastructure. But you've already seen the metrics and the data regarding social media presence. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you think about all that with all the data that we've shared with you. So as always, be sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page and our X platform to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding dog on the moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.